All right, today I'm taking a look at Rabbit Hole Cavehill. This is a 4-grain bourbon whiskey. This is made in right in downtown Louisville. The company was sold to Pernod Ricard a few years ago, but a really interesting facility right in the heart of downtown Louisville. They make a couple different whiskeys. Today I'm going to review the Cavehill. This may be a brand that you've seen on the shelf and haven't tried yet, so want to provide some context and some flavor notes. So it's got an age statement that's kind of buried here on the back. Says it's aged for more than 3 years. If it's more than 4 years, they don't have to put an age statement on it, but still fairly new distillery, so trying to get product out there. And then the 4-grain, which is here, is 70% corn, 10% malted wheat, which is interesting. So it's a wheater and it's a 4-grain, 10% malted barley, and then it's got 10% honey malted barley. So, and then non-chill filtered, 95 proof. So it checks a lot of interesting boxes. The wheat is interesting. The proof is interesting. The age is interesting. So it's really just kind of an interesting mix, and I think it's one that you ought to give a try. Priced is around $60, so you know, that price point for this age, obviously the whiskey has to do a lot of the work. So right on the nose, I get a real big hit of like caramel candies and a little bit of butterscotch. And then there's sort of a sweet kind of woodsy aroma to it as well. Maybe some of that honey, maybe like a little bit of that biscuit quality, but it's not overly fruited. It still has that nice oak note to it. Yeah, just kind of a sweet woodsy aroma to it. Very gentle. 95 is a great proof, by the way. All right, let's take a sip. Very sweet right off the bat. More butterscotch on the mid palate. A little bit of vanilla kind of emerges with the oak as it finishes. It finishes with a really nice spice. So you get the sweetness of that wheat, you get the kind of candy note, and then a spice emerges. So this is a relatively complex whiskey for the age profile. I think due to the mash bill, obviously. They've got their own Kelvin barrel recipe that they use. So really for an emerging craft spirit, I think they really did a lot of box checking to get this to the level that it's at that $60 price point. But it's a complex whiskey. It's relatively sweet. At 95 proof, it's very easy to drink, very easy to sip on its own. Just got a nice sort of perfume quality to it. And then the sip's just very well integrated, very pleasant. I would say, again, this is probably going to appeal to like a Woodford drinker. It's a little bit sweeter. It does have some spice, but it's a little bit sweeter. Yeah, I would definitely check it out. This is the Rabbit Hole Cavehill 4-grain, and it's pretty darn tasty. All right, cheers.